In this video, we're going to break down how to make $200 a day using a trading robot. Of course, you'll need a certain amount of money and a specific strategy that we'll be working with, but we'll go over all of that in this video. So get comfortable. If you're interested in this topic, let's dive into the video. For example, right now I'm getting a buy signal, so I open a buy trade for 1 minute. You need to understand that to earn, for example, $200 or $500 a day, you need some starting capital. If you only have, say, $20 or $10, you won't get anywhere here. If you already have a decent starting capital, say $500 or $1,000, then making a 20% profit on your deposit is no big deal. You can do that in just one trade. If you don't want to take risks, then you can do it in 4 or 5 trades. So basically, you need very little time to. Just get used to the market, and after that, you'll be able to easily make $200 to $500 a day. But of course, as I said, you need starting capital at the beginning, then you need a solid strategy, and of course, just practice. Without all of that, nothing will work out for you. But as you can see, my first trade closes in profit and brings me a nice gain of $50. So, I need to make 4 more trades like this, and I'll earn exactly those $200. And I open the trade with 10%. So basically, you can make 4 trades at 10% each with an initial budget of $500. And then you can make yourself $200 in a day. So how do you even find these instruments? Look, first of all, in our Telegram channel, you can grab ready-made instruments right now. Strategy, and you can also copy our trades. Every day, we share a lot of signals that you just need to copy. We provide the currency pair, we provide the trade time, and then the whole community copies our trades. That's the first way you can make, for example, $200 or $500. The second way is a ready-made strategy that you'll find in our Telegram channel, and you can also check out the results of our members. So, a lot of people here are really making money, simply by using our straightforward tools. And the third way is our trading robot, which I'll link to in the description. Be sure to activate it if you want to earn money in a really simple way. So, the link to it will be waiting for you in the description and in the pinned comment. Now, let's break down how this machine actually works and how to use it. I'll also open the next trade for 10%, that's $58, and I'll choose the US dollar to Canadian dollar currency pair. Let's go to the booster bot, select this currency pair, wait for the bot to do its analysis, and then we'll open the trade together with it. I get a buy signal, and right from here, I open a buy trade. Look, when you activate the robot, after you've gone through everything, you'll have a choice of 12 currency pairs that. My team and I tried to select only those currency pairs that always have good payouts and, of course, clear movement. So you choose one of the 12 currency pairs, and then you have 3 time frames for the trade. 1, 3, and 5 minutes. If you're a beginner, I recommend the 3-minute. Later, we'll look at an example of a trade in the 3-minute time frame. If you already know how to trade and want to earn more actively, for example, to open 4 trades in half an hour, or in about 20 minutes and make those same $200 or $500, then the 1-minute option is right for you. If you really don't want to bother with analysis and just want to make essentially passive income, then use the 5-minute option for your trades. By the way, take a look at this amazing movement that's bringing us $54 in profit right now. And as you can see, I've already made, roughly speaking, over $100. I can also open the next trade for 10%, which will be $64. Open it for 3 minutes and see how the bot handles analysis on a 3-minute time frame. Remember, you can activate it using the link in the description and pinned comment. I'm choosing Australian dollar to Canadian dollar. The payout here isn't very high, but I recommend choosing a currency pair where the payout is at least 75%. You'll make money much faster with those. I'm choosing this currency pair. I'm double checking the trade time, using 3 minutes, and now we wait for a signal from the bot. What will it tell us? It gives us a buy signal. Right from here, we open a 3-minute buy trade for $64. And now, we just wait for the result. Look, actually, with a 3-minute time frame, The bot's analysis is much safer than it might seem. But actually, the point is that on the 3 and 5 minute time frames, we more often open trades in the direction of the trend. So, if the price makes a move like this in 3 minutes, of course it seems safer to you. On the 1 minute time frame, price rebounds work really well, so we catch these very impulsive trades, but sometimes the price can just stay flat. So 1 minute is a riskier option, and that's if you already have some experience. Alright, let's watch this trade and fast forward and, accordingly, wait for the result. Literally at the last moment, the trade closes in the red. Unfortunately, as you can see, if it was a second earlier or later, the trade would have closed in profit. Unfortunately, that happens. Volatility disappeared, and as a result, I lost. I'm still in profit anyway. So for the next trade, I'll open it for 15% or even more, maybe 20%, to cover my loss. That's exactly why you need a big enough balance to be able to cover these situations. As you can see, unfortunately, the 3 minute trades didn't work out the way I wanted. So let's go back to 1 minute and quickly recover everything now. I'm choosing the euro to Australian dollar currency pair, switching over to BoosterBot. I'm setting the trade time to 1 minute, and now we wait for the signal. I get a sell signal, and right from here, for 1 minute, I carefully check the time and open a sell trade. Let's wait for the result. And this trade brings me $101, so I cover my loss. Let's open the next trade for 15%. That's the same $101. I hope this will be the final trade that helps me earn $200. I choose the euro to US dollar currency pair, go straight to the BoosterBot, select a 1 minute trade time, and wait for a ready signal. I get a buy signal and open a buy trade right from here. We wait for the result, and as you can see, really, a large balance helps you out in case of a loss. Everyone makes mistakes, even if you're working with a robot, so you need to have some balance, so you have room to cover your losses if needed. Yes, with the BoosterBot it's safe to do this, since its stats are at about 85% positive trades, so it won't be a problem. But keep this in mind in your trading, and use proper risk management. And I make $93. As you can see, I made over $200 in this video, which is about a 50% gain on my deposit. And I only had 5 trades with the robot. Yes, one was a loss, but it was easily covered. So actually making plus 50%, or in other words, $200 or $500 a day isn't that hard of a task. But for that, first of all, you need a ready-made tool like a robot or some kind of proven strategy. Or even our elite channel, where you can just copy our trades. Or another option is simply to use the bot. I remind you that I'll leave the link to it in the description. So use a large enough deposit so you can trade with more confidence, and then you'll really be able to make $200 to $500 a day. You don't have to take huge risks, but having a big balance really lets you make a lot of mistakes and, as a result, gain experience